Hi, I'm Eric Hayes.
And I'm David Milhome, and we'd like to welcome you to 3VIP. 3VIP stands for Vision Inspired Passion, Vision Inspired Purpose, and Vision Inspired People. But it's more than that. Eric, you came up with the idea. Tell us more.
Well, certainly. For those of you that have been following me on my Facebook, my MySpace, and my Twitter for 6 months now, you know I've been speaking about 3VIP a lot and how it's going to be a new revolution. And really what it's going to be is about getting back to what made this country great in the first place, which is free enterprise, free marketplace values. The idea that no matter who your family is, where you came from, you can rise up to be as great as you want to be because you have the ability to do it within you. And that's what 3VIP is all about. It's going to be able to help give you the tools you need to get to where you want to go in life, whether it's owning your own business or whether or not you just want to advance more in your career to take advantage of what people are referring to nowadays as intrapreneurialism, where many of the corporate companies out there, major corporations, they have now given their employees the opportunity to start their own companies within the corporation, hence intrapreneurialism. But it all goes back to the whole idea of why don't people start more businesses? Why are people not doing that? And that kind of goes back to what we were taught in school, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, for some of you this might seem a little weird, but you know, what I was taught growing up is that you go to school, you get a good education, you go out in the world and get a good job. And ultimately, it's just not working anymore. I mean, in reality, you get a couple different incomes per family now, you know, just to stay up with, you know, an average
Average lifestyle.
Yeah, an average middle-class lifestyle.
It's the old thing of keeping up with the Joneses.
Exactly.
You know, and you're right, because when we went through school, they didn't teach us anything about business ownership, about being an entrepreneur. Of course, there's a lot of things they didn't teach us. They didn't teach us about relationships. They didn't teach us about marriage. They didn't teach us about how to work with people. It was all about getting into that classroom every single day, listening to the teacher teach, doing your assignments, taking your tests, passing on to the grade each next year, until eventually you had a diploma, and then you had two choices. You either go out into the workforce, or you go to college. But either way, the end game that was being promoted was to go get a job. Nobody was saying to you, you know, you can own your own business, or you can learn how to come up with an idea and profit off of it, make money off it. So that's what 3VIP is going to be all about, is to help give you the tools to, whether you want to own your business or maybe you want to be what's now called an entrepreneurial, to be able to start a business within the corporation you're working for.
So let's talk a little bit about those tools. What is 3VIP going to do to help others?
Well, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the information you need to start a business, like how to write a business plan, how to deal with the Small Business Administration, where to find grants, things of that nature. We're going to create easy to access links to get to that information. But then even above and beyond that, we're going to answer some basic questions to try and simplify it, get you moving down the right road as far as what it takes to get a business started. Because I think more and more people would be interested in starting a business if some of the fear was taken out of it. Because really there's two reasons why businesses fail anyway. It's a lack of knowledge and experience, and it's a lack of capital. Well, if we can at least get the knowledge part of it taken care of and point them in the right direction to getting capital, I think we can really make an indent to get people to stop, almost like sheep, running towards jobs. And they might have an idea in their head, said, you know, I think I can make money off of this. Like, for example, what's one of the big hot buttons right now? The environment.
Sure.
Everybody's talking about global warming. Everybody's talking about wanting green jobs or things that will help. I firmly believe that there is somebody sitting out there right now watching this who has an idea in their head that could completely revolutionize the fuel industry, that could completely revolutionize recycling or anything else that could really have a major impact on our environment in a positive way, but they don't know how to take it from their head and put it out there. And if we can even so much as inspire that one person to do that, they could grow a company which will accomplish two goals: help the environment and create jobs.
There's a grand idea right there.
Right there. So that's the idea behind 3viptest, and that's how we're going to do it, is by providing you the resources to be able to give you a little more confidence about starting a business.
And tell us a little bit about the VIP of the month.
Okay, we're going to have, starting next month, a VIP of the month. It's a vision-inspired person of the month. And here's what we're going to do, is we're going to find a business owner that's doing something really cool, all right? Something that many of you out there can relate to or will find interesting. And we're going to sit down and have a conversation with that business owner and ask them, how did you start this business? What led to you starting this business? What are some of the things that you've learned about running a business? And what are some of the things that you wish you would have learned growing up that would have helped you in starting this business? That some things, when you look back to our schooling, you would be able to say, I wish they would have taught me that. And so we're going to do that. And in fact, our very first Vision Inspired Person of the Month is going to be Rick Kentworthy, who owns Pure Productions, the premier club event promoter here in the Puget Sound. Does outstanding club events with many of the major hot spots in the area. And so we're excited about having that. And we think that you're going to be very excited to hear what he has to say. And so the VIP of the Month is all going to be about making it more relatable to you, so you can say, I can do that.
Well, you really touched on some key features of what we're providing with our sites. And talk a little bit about what inspired you to come up with 3VIP.
Exactly. It's that whole idea that free enterprise seems to be something people aren't excited about anymore. And I think that all goes back to how we were raised. And we were raised to believe that if you go to school, get a good education, and with that good education, you'll go out and get a good job, that everything will be just fine. But we're seeing more and more that's just not the case.
Yeah,
it doesn't
really changed.
It just does not work. Not at all. And so that's really where my passion comes from, is believing in people that yes, you can do and be whatever you want to be, and we're going to provide you with the tools and the resources you need to take whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, and take it from just sitting in your head, sitting in fantasy land, and actually putting it out there and making it happen. And that's, you know, where my inspiration came from. Is I believe that people have greatness inside them, and we can provide them the tools they need to get going where they want to go.
So there you go, 3VIP, vision-inspired passion, vision-inspired purpose, and above all, vision-inspired people.